This video was going to be about a lot of different things, but as I talked about it and looked over it, I realized that it was kind of a mess and that I should really only focus on one thing at a time because I'm awful at explaining this kind of stuff. So, just to tell you guys, this video was going to be about all of the seasons. It was going to be a little bit about Summoner's Insight and Monty and Doran and my opinion on the whole situation. But I realized that there's not really much to be said about it other than the fact that as a pro player, I thought of things more emotionally than logically. So it would probably be better explained by other people around TSM than by me. So I'm just gonna leave that as it is right now and just focus more on what I wanted to get out in this video. And that was more about the season 2 whole fuck up and all of my feelings about it. So, yep, enjoy. So, on to season 2. Joined TSM, made a debut. Big thing I want to talk about is when we played against CJ Blaze. I'm not sure what they were called back then, but they're CGentus right now. And that's when they had Reapered, Ambition, Lustboy, Captain Jack, and Helios, of course. Yes, Helios. This was when NA was like considered like one of the runners up for Worlds because we had a lot of popular players. EU won the first year, although it seems like a lot of NA fans seem to forget that because the game was building up over time. Like there's a lot of NA fans, people streamed that own TV. There's just like huge income coming through own TV and streaming, and we just like discovering this whole new world of what we call esports today. Now, one big turning point in my career was when we played against CJ Blaze. I was like, wow, this is so fun. We're playing against really good players and they're playing the game the way it's supposed to be played. Like, this is how, if I imagined a perfect game to be played, I would want to play it this way. And what they demonstrated was that we were complacent and that they were very, very good. And I was like super excited because when I first joined TSM, I was like, wow, they get to practice against really good players every day. It's like, wow, this seems like a lot of fun. This is when I really, really enjoyed the game a lot. This was when I was actually up and coming and actually got really good at the game, where I had motivation and potential to adapt and get better at the game. But for when season 2 came around, or at the end of it, this is going to go into the whole I'm a cutie pie backstab meme. Remember, it isn't just cutie, it's the entire team of Dignitas that was at the time. So it was Crumbs, I Will Dominate, I'm a Cutie Pie, Skara, and Patoy. And so when I was in the player lounge, I basically was just hanging out, chilling. I wasn't mentally prepared. I was too much of a kid. I wasn't mentally prepared in a way where how serious this event was. Like I knew it was a big thing, like $1 million, wow, but I never adopted the mentality of like I'm gonna win worlds no matter what. I never adopted a champions mentality. I was in the more of the mentality of where it's like, wow, it would be great if we could win. And honestly, that sounds so stupid, but that was the thought process that I had at the time because I was immature. I didn't know any better. I was more happy enough to just play games professionally and just having fans. I was super happy. This was when I was up and coming as, a streamer and pro player, and like everything was great. Like, I had a lot of fans, was really good at the game. I was just so happy to appreciate the fans that I had. Just being a league pro player is just, I'm not gonna over like talk about it, but basically I was more than grateful, or I was super humble towards it. And so what happened was that I was just hanging out in the player lounge, just talk. I was just excited to see the CLG EU guys because we scrimmed with them, we learned a lot from them, and like me being very bad at socializing even today, like 6 years down the line, I'm just awful at socializing. I'm awful at interacting with people. I am a very inside person who would just stay indoors and just play video games, watch anime, and just like, keep to myself. I'm a very introverted person, and that was how I am my entire life. And so, leading from that, I don't know I don't remember the exact words I was said, but there's the mention of dignitas, and like, when a person is really bad at socializing, they're like, oh, I can say something here. I can say something really funny or really helpful to the situation. That kicked in for me where it was like they mentioned dignitas, and I was like, oh yeah, they have this, and this. And it was said out loud, and then like Dignitas looked at me and Reggie looked at me, and they're like on the side of the room, right? And I didn't realize what was going on until Crumbs was like, "Hey, we need to talk to you for a second." And then I was like, "Oh shit. I am so fucking sorry." There's nothing else to say. I'm like, there was no reasoning for it. I was just straight up dumb. And so I told them that Scar was like, it's okay, there's nothing you can do now. Just go back to your team. And then, oh god, it was fucking awful. I can't even laugh about it right now, but like, sure, it's been laughed about, but basically it tilted Dignitas. It tilted my team. This wasn't actually talked about in my apology video. It tilted my team really bad, actually. Where on that point, on that day, I just started crying. Like, I was just like in no no position to scrim. I was just mentally like fucked. I was just mentally broken down. Like, I could not like function as a human being properly to where I was thinking logically. It was just super emotional, and we were just fucked. Like, regardless of the strats and mechanical skill of whereas, and if NA played at their 100%, like, the truth is, not to make an excuse for them, is that I basically fucked over both of our teams mentally. Now, while I played the match, I played with my full ability and extent of to where I would never tilt, and I was just like, complete focus. But I could not perform above and beyond because I was so tilted, and I was just, or not tilted, I was just so focused on playing the game where communication was a non-factor because, well, I wasn't good at communicating before anyways, and on top of that, the atmosphere between my team was really, really awkward. And that's not other faults, it's no one's fault, it's my fault because I was just really dumb, socially awkward, and like, I I leaked their strat. Like, I didn't leak the full specific detail, but it was enough to where they would put wards level 1 on the red, and it was enough to where Froggen would run defensive masteries. Basically, how their strat worked was that they had a Tarek and I think Shyvana roam around the map, and at first when we played against them, we lost every single game for the first 2 days, and then we started to figure it out later on. And then we started to like go 50-50 or something. So like we probably lost like 80% of the scrims. I don't fucking know it doesn't even matter. The point is it was a good cheese strat, and I fucked it up for them. So what happened after that was I apologized to every single player on Dignitas. I was not aware to apologize to Odie, the owner at the time, because one, I like Reggie told me I should go and apologize to all of them, and two, like he didn't specifically say the coach, so I didn't apologize to him because I didn't know if it was like, at the time I didn't know how related he was to the team. Of course he owns a team. I just didn't want to deal with it. I only wanted to do what I was told, which is why like years later, Odie posted that Darius finally apologized to me, had the balls to apologize to me, because when I was at Battle of Atlantic, Reggie was like, "Oh, you should go apologize to Odie," and I was like, "Oh shit, I didn't even think about that," you know. So that happened, and when I apologized to all of them, the thing with Cutie was when I apologized to Cutie, he was with Crumbs, and Cutie was like, "Oh, can you just get me some Taco Bell?" And I was like, "Shit, sorry, man. I don't know where to find Taco Bell near me because I never had a smartphone. Phone. I didn't know how to navigate myself around the area. Like, I was just like, I just followed the shuttle and taxis and where my teammates were." And that was why the whole reason why I wanted to, get him Taco Bell at TwitchCon coming up because I never got on Taco Bell back then. So that was the only request. I told every member that if you ever need anything from me, just let me know because there's nothing I can do to like make up for what I did in season two, and like I honestly I should have been benched in season two, like for like I should have just been benched. Like no matter if like there was no other top laner that was like that much better than me at the time. I was fucking dumb enough to make a post on Facebook saying that I was the best top laner NA, and that's for sure. Like it was just like I don't even remember what I posted, but I now that I looked at it, it's like I was just so fucking tilted in real life that I just could not like gauge anything. Like I streamed after I made a post and I was just like I was pretty much screwed. And that's when I met my first girlfriend who helped me out through the whole situation. And it was bad. So Too Long didn't listen. Fuck Dignitas and TSM for season two. It was the worst mistake of my life, and there's nothing I can do to change it. So for my fans, I can't change what Cutie Pie's fans think when it comes to the backstab meme. At this point, I just go along with it. I'm like, haha, you know, good joke. Because there's nothing I can say. I can't say anything about it at all. Like there are fans that are more offended for Cutie than Cutie is himself. Like it's stressful, and it's my responsibility to handle it as a person because I've fucked up. So I should just be able to accept it and just go along with it. But sometimes it really it really hits home, like in here for pain, lots and lots of pain and stress. But that's not their responsibility. It's mine because, yeah. That's kind of everything I wanted to talk about. Thanks for watching. Just want to get out there. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll answer any unanswered question. Thanks for watching.